Hello, everybody. It's another glorious day. It's Tuesday, the 7th of November. It's the 7th of December, a day that will live in infamy, if you know what I'm talking about. It is 11:30 a.m. It is time once again for our midday mindful moment. Yes, it is. I'm Reverend Jonathan Zenz. I'm the minister here at Unity of Tucson, and this is the opportunity that we take every single Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, right in the middle of the day, to affirm life's good and to engage a little bit of spiritual practice. We do this on a consistent and regular basis because when we are consistent in our spiritual practice, life just gets better all around. So let's engage that together. What do you say? Whether you're watching live or on the replay, I would love for you to post a comment and let me know that you are here. Always good to have you join and see you here. Let's see who's commenting so far. Sherry says hello. Wayne says howdy. Good day from Jason. Good morning from William and Anita, and sending love to all. Always grateful to have you join us. I will, of course, offer this reminder. Annie says, good morning, everyone. I will offer this reminder, which is to say, as I do, you are love, you are light, you are life, you are magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. You are. Grateful to have you here. So there's this thing that happened to me today. That sounds like such a loaded thing. There's this thing that came up for me today. I was in a conversation with a ministerial colleague of mine, and this colleague was saying, downtown would love ride Sundays if anyone can offer gas money. Thank you. Jason, I will put that out on our listserv, on our internal list, and see if anyone can help facilitate getting you here on Sundays. Sorry, that just took my mind for a moment. Anyway, so I'm going to go back to what I was saying. So I had this moment. I was speaking with a colleague this morning, and someone had reached out to them asking for some information on a particular verse from Scripture that was confusing to them. And then it's so funny, like I start looking at it, I'm like, it is really confusing. Like, what does this really mean? And then I had this thought around. I'm like, oh, well, I know what this means from a New Thought perspective. So this is the Scripture. This is from the New Revised Standard Version. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 21. And in it, it's written, for our sake, he made him to be sin who knew no sin, so that in him we might become the righteousness of God. So that's like kind of loaded, right? For our sake, he made him to be sin who knew no sin, so that in him we might become the righteousness of God. And we're like, what does that even mean? So the him that they're referring to is reference to Jesus. And so it's like, for our sake, he, that means God, made him, Jesus, to be sin. We're like, what does that mean? Jesus is sin, right? It's really an interesting kind of construct and take. And I was like, I have to really think this through. And then it hit me. Basically what this verse is saying, and I'm going to take it out of the biblical language now. Basically what this verse is saying is that every single person we encounter, when we understand them from the point of view of Christ consciousness, which is the core of our consciousness, we are this very power and presence of Christ consciousness. Every single person we encounter is a reflection of us. And so if we see in other people the places that we perceive as lack, as less than, if we see in other people places we perceive as missing the mark, that it is actually a reflection of us. It has nothing to do with that other person. And so it is allowing us to be illuminated into making change for ourselves. I was like, oh, I can get behind that, because every single person I encounter is a reflection of the core of me. You know, it's like on Sundays when I say to the people who are new in the room, you are magnificent. And the reason we know this about you is because you are a reflection of each and every one of us. And so we must exclaim for ourselves, I am magnificent. It is tapping into an inherent truth. And, you know, if we take all of the things that we layer on with respect to biblical teaching and really understand the core of it from a metaphorical and metaphysical point of view, I think we develop a greater relationship to what there is inherent within that scripture. And I'm not saying it's just the Bible. Like, we can learn from all scripture. We can learn from every point of view. If we are resistant to it, that's something to look at. I get it. I have had my own time of resistance to scripture as well. But I'm developing a healthy reconnection to it all. I'm always grateful for that. So just think about that. Every single person you encounter, this is really the message. Every single person you encounter is a reflection of that which is inherent within you. And all are showing up according to your understanding. You make decisions around your relationship to everyone whom you encounter. And so if you are looking for shift or change in your life, you get to make a change. You get to decide. It's all up to you. There is no God out there who is insisting that you are a sinner. Because what is sin? Actually, that's a good thing. We don't talk about that very much, although it is a part of what we offer. Sin within the New Thought movement, the concept of sin is simply missing the mark. It's making a mistake. Is there anyone who has ever not made a mistake? I've made mistakes. I make mistakes all the time. The good news is I am not relegated to living a life rooted in those mistakes. Because when I recognize the mistake, and that's the reflection, when I recognize the mistake, I get to do something about it. I get to make a correction in my own life. That's the power we have. There is nothing to be saved from except our own erroneous thinking. That's it. That's it. So there we are. Something to consider today. Let's sin, self-inflicted nonsense. That's right, William. Love it. Darwin and Jerry saying the toast of Tuesday. Yes. Let's go ahead and relax right where we are. Oh, somebody gave me an angry face. Sorry if I upset you. Let's go ahead and relax right where we are and let ourselves be rooted in affirmative prayer treatment around this idea that the perfection of life is absolutely sorry, I love all the comments that are coming up and I'm getting distracted. Okay, I'm going to not watch the comments that are coming up. I'm going to let that go for a moment as we settle ourselves into this place of relaxed awareness and allowing ourselves to settle into the recognition and the wholeness and the joy and the glory of understanding that there is only one power, one presence, one infinite source for all creation. And while we call it by many names, we call it God, we call it spirit, we call it source, we call it universality, we call it creative, infinite, it is beyond language. It is a place, an expression, a wholeness, a magnificence that is understood at a feeling level. This is the only thing that exists, this magnificent creative energy, this source energy. And this is who and what we are. We are this very power. We are this very presence. We are the light and the life of the divine. This is a perfection, an identity perfection that is letting itself be known through creation. And all that exists, every aspect of matter, is God. So I know that as I flow through the experience of life, that everyone whom I encounter is a reflection of something inherent within me. And so I understand and know that the places I perceive in other people that I have an opinion about are actually a reflection of the opinions I have of myself. And I am in charge, as we all, each and every one of us is in charge. We are each and every one of us in charge of how we choose to be, of how we choose to understand, of how we choose to unfold. And so I welcome the pure, perfect reflections in everyone. Whether I call it good or whether I call it bad, I let go of the judgment and I open myself up to understanding that a reflection is simply that, a reflection. And as I address that which is inherent within, the reflection follows suit. So all is well. Life is unfolding perfectly, magnificently. Life is always, always working on the side of the constructive. And so I welcome the constructive relevance of the divine in every aspect of life, in every aspect of being. It is with joy and gratitude overflowing that I simply say yes, welcome this good, and let it be so. I know it as so. And so it is. And so it is. Here we are. Well, thank you for joining me for another glorious midday mindful moment, an opportunity to consider something new, something different, something awesome, because we are awesome. We are awesome. You know, I know you are magnificent. I trust I am magnificent, and let's live our magnificence in every moment. Join me again tomorrow for the Midday Mindful Moment right here, on Facebook Live and on YouTube Live. They go at the same time. And it's 11:30 a.m. every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You can also join me tomorrow evening for Wednesday evening spiritual practice at 6 p.m. Only a few more weeks of that. I'm going to discontinue the Wednesday evening online spiritual practice starting in the new year, as I will be teaching class on Wednesday nights. If you are interested in class, go check it out at unitytucson.com. If you go into the upper menu, it says classes and workshops. You can sign up for class. You can join me for class in person, or you can also, it's going to be a hybrid. So there will be an opportunity to participate in class via Zoom when the class is happening. We're going to set up the classroom so that it is virtual and in person. Join on Sunday mornings for guided meditation at 9. That is virtual only, or join us in person for our celebration service, in person or online. Always good to have you. Continue to comment, continue to click through, give me some of those reactions. Give me a heart. I see some angry face. I see an angry face and breaks my heart. I probably tweaked somebody with the topic today. It happens sometimes. Just know that I am always rooted in looking through the lens of love and trusting that we can all find our way through that together. So give me a thumbs up on YouTube, throw some hearts my way on Facebook, and share the prayer, share this video if you are so inclined to help people understand life from a different perspective. It's a great way to spread this message that we are in charge, each and every one of us. Self-reliance is what it's all about. Knowing the truth of our being. Remember who you are. That's what I'm going to choose to do today. All right. Peace and blessings to you. I will see you tomorrow. Be well. Namaste.